I could put you in the brig for what you've done, but I won't do it.
Talking Dicks. We're a spin-off of the web series The Two Dicks. You can see the background there behind Alfred. Behind me, I have some, those are our Two Dick coasters, which are available for Patreon members. Al's got our regular logo. He's got a whole look going on today. By the way, that's Al Ducharme in Studio City. I'm Al Romas in Tampa. Al, what's up with the look? It looks a little Clint Eastwoody, kind of an old Western look. You got the poncho, you got the cigar, the hat, the squinty eye.
I'm a big Clint Eastwood fan. Always have been since a kid. Loved spaghetti westerns, which I watched on television with my dad. Well, I have a big poster on my wall. It's a canvas original European poster from France, and it's enormous. And my wife had it framed for me, and it's over our fireplace. It's really nice. It's probably going to get stolen now. It's a collector's piece. The get-up is because I said to my wife, we're going to be going to the Joshua Tree National Monument for my birthday, and I said I want to film a little sketch with my Clint Eastwood character, the wandering cowboy, because it looks just like it's the desert where they shot a lot of the stuff in a desert over in Italy and Spain. Anywho, so I got it's the wandering cowboy costume. They can't call it the good, the bad, and the ugly because of rights. And I have it on, and I thought I'd share it with the Patreon members because they can see it. But regular people, normal people cannot.
Remind me never to ask you what you're wearing and why again.
Well, the question is, what are you wearing?
I'm not wearing pants, I'll tell you that. It's hot. It's a hot day in Tampa. I got a T-shirt. I got some shorts on today. First time in weeks I'm wearing a pair of shorts and enjoying it, being outside here. And, speaking of Patreon, which we were talking off air, I was talking to a friend of mine last night. I said to her, hey, you should join our Patreon. She said, what's that?
Mm-hmm. Everybody says.
Nobody knows what Patreon is.
Nope.
We've explained, but no one gets it. They don't understand.
Well, it should be called supportus.com. And
give us money.
Give us money. Give us your money. Basically, you
the money.
You pledge as little as $5 a month, $60 a year, and that goes right into the Two Dicks and Talking Dicks kitty, and it pays for productions of our podcast and our web series. We actually spent thousands of dollars on equipment, have we not, Al?
Yes, we have.
Advertisement.
Yes.
T-shirts,
yes.
mugs, coasters. Now we're trying to recoup those thousands of dollars, and then after that, keep our productions going. And if you support us, that keeps us alive, keeps the arts alive. Now, I know some people believe that you shouldn't support people, you should pull yourself up by your own bootstraps.
What bootstraps? We're not working.
We're not working.
No work.
There's a pandemic.
I would love to.
Well, there's a pandemic.
I've had bootstraps for most of my life, and in the last 10 months, there are no more bootstraps.
No more bootstraps. We're wearing slippers. We're wearing sweatpants.
That's right. There's no bootstraps. So what do you, you want to support things you like. I support a few Patreons for $3 and $5. I've joined a few because they send some videos that I just want to see, and I'd rather see the video than audio if it's something I like. I like to see the guys chatting it up. I'd like to see what background we have instead of just hearing about the backgrounds we have today that are different than usual. I'd like to see it. I'd like to see Al Ducharme's goofy outfit today, and why not?
I would like to see. Maybe not, but Al's got basically sticky balls. She's got sticky balls because of the weather. Look at that crotch shot. That's a crotch shot that you are missing if you're listening to us on iTunes, Apple Podcast,
that's worth
Pandora.
That's
Spotify.
a $10 a month tier. For the $10 a month tier,
that's $5 a testicle. That's a bargain.
I only have one, sir. Did you know that?
Your voice is too low for that.
Kidding. I've got both.
No, well, good.
I don't want
that
I know.
Spread. I know a couple of fellas. So they tell me. I don't know. I've never seen it. That they had the one. One of them had cancer, had it removed, remission. He's good to go. He has a couple of kids.
It's fairly common.
Yeah,
fairly common. I had a friend, we were playing basketball when I was in high school, and the ball bounced.
Mm-hmm.
He didn't get the pass.
Mm-hmm.
The ball went up into his junk,
Mm-hmm.
and he went down in a heap, of course,
Mm-hmm.
and he ended up going to the hospital. He lost a nut from a basketball hitting him in that right way. Boom, gone.
The irony is he lost a ball to a ball.
Good night. And wow, you should have saved that one for the end.
Well,
before we showed.
Well, I know what you're thinking. A man walks around with one testicle. He's half man. Well, that just isn't right. Now, is it? What do you think? Am I far off with the impression?
Pretty good. Again, though, I like when you tell us who it is first. Then we can enjoy the impression instead of trying to figure out sometimes who it is. So next time, just go, as Clint Eastwood would say.
Well, I'm on the fly. You know what I mean?
Well, speaking of flies, that's that's a problem if you have the one nut. I would imagine, when you go to the men's. By the way, I was at speaking of something, I was at a bar the other night with our friend Jim, who played
Jim S.
Jim S. played Boris. No, he played Bert Johnson in an episode of The Two Dicks.
He did. He was great.
An evil bastard, and the same in real life. He's not a good guy.
Evil bastard.
Like and
he's an evil son of a bitch.
On the way out,
he beat me up. You know that, right?
Yes.
We had the scene where he beat me up.
I gave him extra money. I gave him extra money.
The wind from his punches were very close.
I said, "Here's a few bucks. Just smack him around a little bit. Try to make contact, would you? Fucking guy annoys me." We went to use the men's room, and we had the worst. I'm in the stall. No, Jim was in the stall. I was at the urinal, and Jim's urinating, and a guy comes in. He's like, "Would you drink the whole bottle?" Thinking, it's like, dude, there's some kind of man code. We don't do that. We don't talk in the men's room about another man's piss. You know what I mean? Just keep it quiet. Let's just do our thing and get out of here. Oh, you drink the whole bottle? Ugh, yeah.
I don't want to hear dialogue.
Yeah, I did. I
don't want to have a conversation.
No, sir.
Paul Newman was at the urinal, and the guy said, "Hey, you're Paul Newman, right? Can I get your autograph?" And he goes, "That was the that's it. He never signed another autograph after that."
You were the one who did that? Is that true?
It was me.
Oh, wow. That should have opened the show. That's a great story.
It wasn't me, but I understand it. The guy has his dick in his hand. He's famous, and he's constantly hounded, and he's just trying to take a leak. And this guy breaks the man code and does the smothering fan thing.
Yeah, guys, just, you're in a men's room. Just keep it quiet. It's not a lot to ask. Just, you do your thing. You wash your hands. You get the hell out of there. That's how men behave.
Men behave.
It's unbelievable. It's unbelievable at this day and age. We have to be telling men how to act in a men's room.
Men get to behave. Well, I mean, you don't behave. We don't behave as men most of our lives, most of the time. And the one time you should be behaving is in the men's room.
Remember Seinfeld, George and Jerry, and they're like, "We're not men. We should have sons. We're not men." And Jerry's like, "No, we're not. We're not men. We should have sons." That's
hysterical.
Yeah. All right. Look at this, sir. I have an envelope.
Do we have? Well, let me see. What do you got there in that envelope?
Questions.
We have questions. Now, people, you can ask us questions on Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, anywhere. Twitter. We're all over the map. We're everywhere. Everywhere the Talking Dicks. Ask us a question. This one was sent in, and he writes, what are you guys currently watching? I imagine TV, because he doesn't mean my neighbor's window, I imagine.
No, she's 93. And
oh, what? Is she 90? She looks fucking good, I'll tell
you.
you.
Joe Farkas. I'll tell you what.
I'll tell you.
When she turned 90, I'm like, she still got it.
Who?
Joe.
Who's this?
Joe Farkas.
I don't know who Joe is. Oh, is that your neighbor?
My 93-year-old neighbor.
Oh. 93, that's more nowadays, that's 70. You know what I mean? Everyone's younger.
She's cute as a button. She's a little peanut.
You don't want to see her naked, though, I'll tell you that.
Well, I'll send you the photos. I'm not going to post them here. Only our Patreon members will be able to see.
Well, last time you told me you'd sell them to me. I thought that was a little weird.
Well, I tried to sell them to her. I was blackmailed.
Sell them back?
But she was like, have at it. Post them.
So what are you currently watching, Alfred?
We're kind of all over the boards right now. We're watching Outlander, which is a chick show. I've been watching that with my wife.
I don't know what that is.
Outlander is a British kind of like a time travel thing.
Oh, I love time travel.
But it starts off in the 1940s, right after the war. A husband and wife unite. She was a nurse. He was in the military, obviously, a British officer. And after 5 years of not seeing each other, they meet up after the war, and they go to Scotland to trace his roots. They go to this stone and in a graveyard, and she goes there by herself, and all of a sudden she wakes up 200 years earlier.
Really?
And she's trying to get back. Yeah.
Interesting. I don't care for the British the accent on these shows. A little thick. Sometimes I can't. I can follow it, but I don't want to.
No, I got it. It's a little work.
A little work.
Interesting. You should say that because
I don't want to do it.
I understand. But in our line of work, when we work the cruise ships, we do interact with a lot of different accents and from all over the globe, and British is a common one. And depending what part of the UK they're from, or England, or the Welsh, wow, that's a tough one. It's, you got to like lean in and concentrate a little bit more if they're too fast. But often they'll slow it down for us. But we're watching. Here's another show we're watching, which you cannot watch. Dairy Girls. It's a 24-minute pacing. Not interested, but it has the pacing of Schitt's Creek. It's very funny. It's very funny.
I bailed on Schitt's Creek. I'm the guy who. I mean, it was good. I'm the guy. I just couldn't. I didn't see the love. The love of it was. I think it was too much for me. Knowing everyone loved it, I was like, it's okay.
Same thing with me and Longmire. And look at me, I'm a big Cowboys
You gave
fan.
it no chance. Did you even get through an episode? Did you watch a full episode?
I did.
The Longmire posse, they love us. They love me.
I got to the 2 episodes and I started to soften a little bit, but my wife is out.
You started to what?
Watch. I finished the 2nd episode.
You were softening. You got soft watching. You're supposed to. You're not supposed to be hard watching Longmire. You freak.
It's called Longmire. You know why they call him Longmire, right? Well, you're just going to have to tune in to find out. No, but then we know that you went on. You posted about Longmire, and some of the fans came in and kind of not really attacked me, but they challenged me.
Yeah.
And we're trying to gain.
They have loyal fans.
We're trying to gain followers, not lose followers. So
they have loyal followers.
Huge. It was a major hit.
Yes, it was. Netflix bought it. It was originally on, I think, Amazon. And
one or 2 seasons, right?
And then Netflix was like, "We'll buy it. We'll put it on."
They had a following.
This thing's good. It's got people. Let's do it.
I can tell it was going to get better if I stuck with it, but I got to take on. What is it? Mandalorian. I got to start that. Because am I going to be able to do it? I don't think I'm going to be able to do it. We did the free trial thing, and it runs out tomorrow. I don't think I can do it.
Whatever.
Yeah.
I don't know. These things just they're not interesting to me at this point in my life. You know what I mean?
Well, yeah. What are you committed to right now?
I'm not committed to anything. I'm going to watch this. I'm watching these murder things. There's a new one, a docu on Sundance Channel, some kind of a murder mystery documentary. I've been watching those, just kind of that kind of thing. I don't know why. Why are we so fascinated as a people with murder and death? And we're just killing. We're all repelled by it, but then we got to watch it. Datelines on every night. And
well, it's like a car wreck. You can't stop looking.
I'm an unofficial ambassador to Dateline, for God's sake.
You are on Twitter, right?
Yeah. Twitter and Instagram.
And Instagram, both. Which is true, by the way. So go follow. I am Al Romas on either one of those. He's also connected to the, if you have trouble, look up the Two Dicks.
The Two Dicks. We're still with the original name, the Two Dicks, that we're the spinoff right now, the Talking Dicks, because the pandemic hit and we couldn't. I was explaining all this last night to a friend of mine. She didn't understand the whole Talking Dicks thing. She's like, I thought you guys were doing a web series with detectives.
That's because she only had one thing on her mind, and that was your Longmire.
My one nut. One bag.
Check this out. Can I show you this right here?
Please.
This is a engraved 1860s naval revolver, cap and ball replica, and they converted these over to regular cartridges when the cartridge was invented, but there was millions of these around, so they just changed the cylinder and some parts. But I bought this as a replica for my little sketch that I'm going to be shooting at the Joshua Tree National Monument coming up in a few days. They wouldn't allow me to have it delivered here by like 3 or 4 other companies. It came up on Amazon in red lettering. Boom! You cannot have it delivered to this address in California. You must have it delivered somewhere else. So they're basically saying it's because California is so friggin' strict on everything.
Except COVID.
I could have had it sent to you, and then you could have mailed it to me.
Right.
But I wanted to avoid the $20, $25.
They're strict except for COVID. Everyone's got COVID over there, but they're very strict.
Oh no, COVID you can move that around the state as much as you want.
Well, wait till next week with Tampa. We have the Super Bowl. And even though
the Super Spreader Bowl,
the 22,000 are allowed in the stadium, they're still having all the events. They're having the NFL Experience. They're having the Riverwalks. They're going to have to wear masks as a mandate. You're going to have to wear masks outside. But
in Florida.
Yeah, yeah. A few drinks, and these people, there'll be no masks. So wait till those numbers come out. I just lost my fucking earbuds. Hold on.
Houston, we have a situation. Houston, we got a problem.
Okay, there we go.
Wait
till that hit.
Yeah, so what is the deal now? It's Raymond James Stadium seats 50 or 55,000, 60,000?
Over 60. Over 60, but 22K will be admitted. A bunch of frontline workers got tickets, and then the other tickets are going for $25K right now. $25,000 a seat.
Well, if it's frontline workers, I'm going to say many of them have the vaccine already, and many of them gave the tickets to relatives who are going to spread the virus.
And I'm going to use Patreon money and buy a ticket to the Super Bowl.
Here's the irony in that, okay? You have a first responder, somebody who works in the hospital. They're inundated right now. They don't have time to go to the Super Bowl, so they give their tickets to somebody, and that person doesn't have a vaccine,
I don't think that.
And they come, and they get the virus. They end up going to the hospital in 2 weeks for that same person that gave them the ticket. That's poetic.
I believe you're going to have to show your card to get in, your vaccination card, and match it to your ID. I believe that's what's happening.
Well, I didn't know all that. You didn't preface it with any of that. You made me go off my little tangent.
No, I wanted to see. It's like
you like to see me fail, and you like to poke holes through my theories.
It's like a great line on MASH when Frank Burns goes, "Why'd you do it?" And then Hawkeye goes, "To make you look dumb." And then Frank goes, "I don't need your help."
Such a simple, funny line, isn't it?
It's Groucho.
It's totally.
I mean, well, Hawkeye it's all Groucho, and it's just great. You know, that's.
So when he left, when Frank Burns, I remember the Hawkeye, or was it Wayne Rogers played the what was his character's name? Trapper. He was teaching the Koreans how to speak English.
Frank, yes.
Right? Yes.
Yes.
Oh, Frank was teaching them how to speak English.
Yes.
So Frank, repeat it after me. The apple was hanging from the branch. And then, 40 Koreans go, I'm just making my own version of it, but just go along with me. And and 40 people go, the apple hanging from the branch. And then Wayne Rogers or Hawkeye walks in and he goes, Frank Burns eats worms. And they'll go, Frank Burns eats worms. Which is I fucking fell down. It just crushed me.
I loved some of Frank's when he was teaching. He was supposed to teach him like the apple. And then when Eddie Byrne left, Frank's like, okay, get us out of the UN. Get us out of the UN. Stop putting fluoride in our water. And then he tried to wish him good luck, but they were all laughing. And then he goes, what's so funny? And one of the guys goes, you just wish us all a prostitute. And then Frank goes, oh, I guess it's always funny when one of our betters makes a mistake. That character was so underrated.
And so and then he left the show,
Well, he was so popular and he was so great, they gave him his own sitcom, and he took it. All those guys should have just stayed.
Yeah, Wayne Rogers and didn't what was Frank Burns' actor's name? What was it?
Larry Linville.
Yeah, he left. He wasn't doing a comedy though. He was doing like a drama, wasn't it?
I don't remember what the show was. I don't, what a.
They were both
that
canceled.
Part, you never get that part again. That Frank Burns. And then, of course, MASH being so great, they let him go, and then they bring in a character who's the Winchester character, who's a great doctor, and like a sophisticated,
snobby
Boston
Harvard.
Perfect.
Yeah.
They didn't try to replace it. Went the other way, and an equally great. Same with McLean Stevenson leaves. He's a goof. So they bring in an old general, full army, but funny.
Oh, Harry Morgan.
Yeah.
Radar. So, I did this in the beginning of our podcast back in May or April. Radar.
That was Harry Morgan?
You did the same. You said the same thing. Radar.
Radar.
Now Gary Berghoff was the only actor from the movie MASH that went to the television sitcom series.
That is correct, sir.
I did not know that.
That was correct. And so Alan Alda and what was her name? Hot Lips. What was her real name?
Loretta Swit.
Loretta Swit and Gary Berghoff, I believe, were the three that stayed for the entire run. They were the smart ones.
And Alan Alda had a great career after that.
He had a great
stage
career.
And screen.
I remember, though, and I don't think I'm wrong in this, where the show, it was funny, but not as funny when he started writing and directing because he was very liberal and he took a real kind of, it got softer and a little more about, like, let's show, how the Koreans are living. And it wasn't the same show.
It was a little bit more sympathetic to one side than the other. Interesting enough, and we're getting towards the end of this, last night, I was talking about shooting this scene in the desert in the next few days, and my wife said, "Hey, you know what? I've never seen The Good, the Bad, and the Ugly." And when she came to after I slugged her,
what?
So she said, "If you want, we can watch it tonight." I was like, "What?" Because I haven't seen. There's different versions. And there's the 2.5 hour version, and there's the 3 hour, and there's chopped up versions.
72 versions, I believe.
Yes, versions.
Oh, I see.
Don't make fun of my diphthong effect.
I thought you were some kind of voiceover guy. I'm having trouble understanding your words.
But you keep me very much on the edge, so I'm always fumbling. You're like Trump. I'm like Biden during the debates. You come in.
I don't want to be Trump.
Sorry.
Did you watch the film? Good, Bad, and the Ugly.
We watched the film. This is Al reining me in for time.
Right. You will drift.
So we sat down and we watched the long.
You're a High Plains drifter.
Boom! Cow. That was a good one. Hang 'em high, pal. Hang 'em high with your sweaty balls.
My one ball hanging high. I don't want that rumor out there. I have 2 balls, for God.
Ladies,
I'm spreading my own rumors here.
I know. Yeah.
My own DNA.
So anyways, we sat down. We saw the 2 hours, 58-minute English edited, redigitalized in 2003 on my big screen TV downstairs in the living room. With the sound bar. It was fucking awesome. Yeah. And I kept looking over at her like, is she into it?
Did you wake her up at some point?
Well, are you into this? She goes, yes. I go, I'm invested in it. And then
was she looking at the phone?
No. She was, in the beginning, I thought maybe the first 20 or half, she was like, but then all of a sudden I could tell it kicked in. And she was like,
kicked in.
So then I paused it because I was drinking beer and I said, I got to urinate. I go, are you in? She goes, I'm in it. I'm in it. Right. Okay. So we watched the whole darn thing. And I haven't seen that version that long in decades. And it was pretty awesome.
I would love to see it like that because I've seen it many, many times, but it usually on TNT or whatever with commercials and it's cut up and
it was letterbox, so it was like watching it in 70 millimeter. It was
beautiful.
It was pretty cool.
Yeah. That's nice. That's great. Good for you. That's quite a night.
That's quite a night.
Quite a night.
Sergio Leone, his visual part of it is the opening credits are great.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, simple compared to nowadays.
And who did the music? Who is that?
Macaroni, not macaroni.
Machoni.
Machoni. How is the C in Italian? It's a K.
It's smart. Yeah, I can't pull it. I can't pull the name.
You got two nuts. You can pull it.
Brian, I can't anymore.
Brian Freitz, where are you? We haven't heard from Brian. I think he's boycotting us.
He liked the free Facebook version with video. After that, he bailed.
He bailed on us.
He can't give $5 a month to watch video. He can't afford $5. I'll guilt these people. $5 a month, God's sake. Jesus.
I don't know if he's unemployment or he has a side hustle gig or what the deal is.
I'm on unemployment and I support Patreons. A few of them. And I'm collecting unemployment. I'm doing a gig, by the way. Let me plug. Wednesday, the one I was going to do last week was rained out.
Rescheduled?
Wednesday, coming up, St. Pete's Side Lot with Danny Bevins.
What's the date?
Socially distanced comedy. Whatever Wednesday is, February. I don't know what that would be. Third? Let's go 3rd.
February 3rd.
I'll be out there, outdoors on a stage, telling some jokes, some new jokes. I got new jokes.
You got new jokes?
Stuff. I got new jokes. I'm going to try them out.
I'm going to try out your old jokes then, if you're going to try out new jokes.
Please do. Please do. Try them out in the... Oh, here we go. Something's happening. I believe that's in your act. Am I wrong? Don't you do that in your?
We ended the podcast on that.
Oh.
I didn't kill my wife. I don't care.
We'll fix it in post, you son of a bitch.
No, really, don't mess with me, because I don't come down to the bus station and slap the dick out of your mouth when you're working, do I? Oh, get on up here, motherfucker. Give me security. I'm sorry, man. The guy fucking came at me. What do you think, folks?
No way.
Okay, show.
Subscribe, Mary.
Go to patreon.com/forward2dicks.
If you shoot me, you won't see a cent of that money. Why?
I think it ends on that. That's beautiful.